Hey everybody, it's Zach, aka Zach's Reviews, and this is the final episode. This is episode 7 of The Queen's Gambit, and all I can say is, what a masterpiece of a series. I've never encountered so much from where Beth started to the way she ended. It's such a beautiful story, honestly. There's ups, there's downs, there's faults of hope, and there's where you have no hope, and then where you get hope, and then where you have no friends, or you have no love, and then you and your friend become like the love. And just what a great series. I love it, honest to God. A 10 out of 10 series for sure. This episode starts with where we saw the last episode, on episode 6 to this episode is Jolene knocks on the door and explains to Harmon why she's there, and how she tried, and says to Harmon Jolene says to Beth why she's there, and Jolene says Mr. Scheibel is dead, and I thought you would want to come to the funeral. And Beth is a little bit surprised by it, but then again she's not. So they end up going. First things first, they end up catching up what's been going on. So Jolene went to college. She wants to be a lawyer, and she stays overnight at Beth's house. And she finds Beth's pills and says, you don't look good. You look like you've been digging your own grave. With you drinking and taking these pills, and you just look like you're spiraling and you're pushing people away. And she said, you need to stop digging if you want to fix this problem. So they end up going to the school, which is their where their foster home was. And she said, I don't really want to go inside. So then they go to the actually, I think first things first is they go to her house, because I guess she wanted to, right? I think it's either they go to the house first and then the school, or they go to the school then the house and then they go back to the school, or they go to the funeral service. And they were talking about no one's crying, and nobody, the headmaster's not here, and nobody from the school is here, to be at Mr. Scheibel's funeral. And Jolene's like, the headmaster fell down the steps and broke her hip, and she's never been the same, and just things weren't the same when you left. And you really see that. And then she goes to after that, she goes to the school. She walks around the hall, and she sees her old teachers and then she sees the headmaster walking out of her room, and she said, shouldn't you be in the whatchamacallit, shouldn't you be at the I guess in the chapel or something. I don't know if that was in her mind, it was an old memory she had, or if they're actually still there. And then she goes down to the basement where she learned chess from Mr. Scheibel, and she's just there, and she's soaking it all in, and she sees a big board of Mr. Scheibel has followed her every step she's done from where she first started to now. And she sees a picture of her and Mr. Scheibel, and she just she goes out back to the car with Jolene, and she just starts crying, and she's finally letting that out, and she knowing how much he was a father figure. He was the only one that really cared. And Jolene, Mr. Scheibel made Beth have a purpose, and we see that all throughout the season. That's what made her, that's what drove her to not kill herself, or not do bad things. That's what really drove her to success, and she needed that in her life of her mom dying and stuff like that. And the dad, in the beginning of the episode, we see the mom driving the daughter to go see the husband, her biological mom, to go see the biological dad, the best biological dad. And the dad already has a new wife and a new kid, and best biological mom's like, I don't know where to take her. I can't do this anymore with her. And he said, I don't want nothing to do with it. They get in the car, and Beth's like, who was that? Because Beth didn't know her biological dad. And she's like, it was a mistake, blah, 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 blah. And then she's like, you just see the speeding of the car. And essentially, Beth's mom kills herself. So she came from a past of the mom was never in a great place. She didn't have anybody that really made her want to stay and made her want to live life. Beth finally had somebody that, she didn't follow her mom's footsteps. And, you really see that. It's a big growing story that, where the mom's faults were, they didn't let, Mr. Shabel didn't let that happen. He gave her a goal and, a correct, path to go with life. And yeah, she had some twists and turns, but there was people that cared for her, like, like Benny and, who else? Benny and, the two guys that, discouraged her at her first match, saying, you should go to you should go to the lower matches without the competitors and stuff like that. She made real friends, like with Henry Boltic too, and Benny Watts. Like, she made friends. And yeah, there were some moments, after, the funeral, she went to Russia to, have, go against the best in Russia. And, that was the finale. That was if she could beat Borgoff. And, Borgoff, you could really tell that, he didn't want her to win, and she kept winning matches. And there was one match where, like, there was this one guy that was the best of the best. Like, he was the best besides Borgoff. And if, Beth didn't beat him, that guy would have won against Borgoff. And, the guy, was stumped. So he said, let's stop the match here. Let's do it the next day. And Beth comes across, Borgoff and that guy strategize. Like, Borgoff was telling that guy strategize to beat Beth. So, that guy would be able to go against Borgoff. But Beth stayed up all night and put in that work. And, she dumped the pills down the toilet. And, she stopped drinking. And she just put in that work. She was, the entire time she was there in Russia, she was just, you felt the love she felt when, when Mr. Scheibel taught her. You felt that love. She felt the love again. She felt like she was in the basement again, learning chess, learning what she loved. And it wasn't just such a thing she had she wasn't so angry anymore. It was like all streamlined out. She was feeling happy. And, so then after that match, she beats him, and then the next match, the next day, is, I think, one more person, and then she's about to leave, and sees all these reporters, and, they want to ask her questions and stuff like that before she goes against Borgoff. And next thing you know, guess who we see? The love interest, the guy that, she really had a spark with from, like, the first match she did before she went up against, Henry Boltic. That guy that she really liked before Henry Boltic, before she beat, like, him, she meets the reporter guy again, someone she really liked and stuff. And, he's in the hotel room with her saying, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you. I was very confused at the time or whatever. I didn't know if I didn't know if I was, gay or not. And, she's like, I should have let you explain. It's my fault. And, they end up, being friends again, and it all works out great. And I'm really happy that, she needed somebody to be there with her because she had no one with her in Russia. And, she had someone. And then it's the next morning. He gives her coffee, wakes her up saying, you really fell asleep. You're really tired. And so what time is it? It's late. The phone rings. And it was the most beautiful, beautiful scene of the series. Benny, Henry, the two guys that, discouraged her when, she went to her first match, and the two guys of Benny's friends were all there in the room, staying up all night, trying to figure out strategies so she could beat Borgoff. It was beautiful, because earlier in the episode, Benny said, I want nothing to do with you, stop calling me, and it was just a big call to arms. They all came together trying to help her. It was true friendship, and she really knows right then and there she has a family. She doesn't need to be in a relationship. She doesn't need to be, with, like, actual parents and stuff like that. She found a family through friends, and you really see that. It's really beautiful. Next thing, yeah, and, and then next thing you know, I think, yeah, like, they do the match or whatever. Borgoff, I think it was the night before everybody called her or whatever, she made Borgoff stumped. It was the next day. They all called and stayed up all night to beat him. It's the day of the final match. They're doing it, and then it makes it look like, she's gonna lose, and he says, yo, do you want to, I'm letting you have a tie right now, or I'm just gonna end you right here. Pretty much, the announcer say, he's usually a strong ender of games, and he said to her, we can be tie, or I'm just gonna end the game right here and now and just beat you. And she said no. She remembered her love and passion of the game and knew she was gonna, remember why she was there. And she beat him. I did not know. I was thinking, did she beat him? And she beat him. He held out his hand with his piece. And then, he was really happy about how she beat him. Stood up and started clapping. Everybody was clapping. It was beautiful. The score was amazing. Best finale ever of a drama series I'd say I've ever seen in my life. It was a beautiful show. This whole episode, every episode was a 10 out of 10. Great show. I just want to thank, the directors, the writers, the cast, everybody, the people that made the score. Great job. I had a phenomenal time. I could not stop watching this. This is the first time ever I did an episode-by-episode review of a TV series ever. And I'm so glad I started with yours. Again, it was a beautiful way to end it all. She wins. They call back to Kentucky where everybody's at. They all know that she won. They're all happy. And then, she's on her way, she's on her way to the car. The guy that she really likes or whatever takes a picture of her, the callback to the scene where, she sees him again, she really, sees something with him, you know what I mean? She really felt something with him. He takes a picture of her, they get in the car. He's talking a whole bunch of crap saying, you need to say this and, you're going to be going to this after party. You need to talk about how, just talk about, the Russians, badly and stuff like that and do a whole bunch of stuff like that. And she said, you know what, take your notes back. I don't want them. I'm going to go for a walk. And he said, you're going to miss your flight back to Kentucky. And, she just ignored him. The car went on. She was walking, smiling and happy. She walks into this park with a whole bunch of old people playing chess. And they're all stunned to see her and to see the winner. And then there was this moment where this older guy, which we see earlier in the episode, is sitting there, nobody was there earlier when he was setting up his pieces, and then everybody's there now, and he was shaking her hand. There's one guy sitting down. She sits down, and you see Mr. Scheibel in him, she's back where she started, or she sees Mr. Scheibel in him, or it's like a moment where you see Mr. Scheibel, and it's beautiful. I was brought to tears. I was legit tearing up before I came up here to do this review. 6 and 7 were my favorite episodes ever. But overall, and then it just ended. It was beautiful. Best experience ever. Please check out the show. It's on Netflix. It's doing really good on Netflix, and there's a reason for that. I kid you not. If I ever get the chance, and if I ever come across this series at a Target or something in Blu-ray, I am buying 100%. It is in my top list of drama TV series ever. I don't think I've ever come across it. This was beautiful. That was my review on this. Again, the whole series a 10 out of 10, especially the 2 end episodes. This was episode 7. I hope you guys enjoyed my episode by episode reviews. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to see more TV reviews and movie reviews and anything I do on the channel. I do everything streaming, TV reviews, game reviews, movie reviews, trailer reactions, everything on the channel. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video if you liked them. Don't forget to check out the series, and there's more series to come. The Mandalorian is coming out this Friday. It is, I think it's 1 in the morning or 2 in the morning right now, so technically it's Thursday, so technically The Mandalorian comes out tomorrow. So I will be doing an episode review of that, and I will be doing I don't know, I guess a review on all my Captain America shields I have. I just want to show you guys all of them and show you guys the ones I've made. So that's going to be a fun review, thing I'm going to show you guys. So stay tuned for that. So don't put on those notifications. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. And yeah, that was my review on this. Again, great show ever. I just want you guys to know that The Queen's Gambit, beautiful job. That was my review on this, and I'll see you next time. Peace.